So, what exactly you do, and where are you based, and what kind of services you do?
The whole reason for starting Prithvi Mitra is converting my passion into a purpose to enable a low waste, being the change you want to see in the world. The whole point struck to me that, oh my God, my waste, I'm not taking it as my responsibility. As simple, whenever you're going outside, carry your own water bottle.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to Zoom with GS Kumar, where we regularly interview freelancers, business owner, coach, and startups. Today, we have a special guest by the name Lakshmiprabha U.S. She is an environment sustainability coach and entrepreneur and an author. Founder of Prithvi Mitra Innovations OPC Private Limited, and she is also owning Rent a Cutlery. Prithvi Mitra is pre-incubated at IIM Bangalore. She has created awareness and impacted about 10,000 people towards an environmental friendly living. She has also reduced 200,000 single-use disposables from getting burned in landfill through Rent a Cutlery venture. She is on a mission to impact 10 million people in this kind of a process and a mission. Welcome, Lakshmi Prabha.
Namaste, everyone, and hi, Kumar. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you. So, when I read about this waste management, there are a couple of statistics which I went through. So, one is very scary, which is every year the world generates more than 2 billion tons of trash. That's number one. And about a third of world's waste is being openly dumped and burned. So, in this kind of a scary scenario, you have taken up a mission on environmental sustainability. So, what exactly you do, and where are you based, and what kind of services you do?
Thank you, Kumar, for this wonderful opportunity, and hi, everyone. So yes, whatever statistics you are reading is very alarming, and climate change or the global warming is very much pinching every one of us, each one of you, me, and everyone here in this world right at this moment. And it is not a distant seen problem. It never was actually, but very much a problem in everybody's hands. So yes, the global warming, actually the Earth's temperature has gone up by 1.5 degree centigrade compared to what it was many years ago, which is an alarming situation. And that is why we also hear glaciers melting up in the north, and the sea levels rising. So because of the temperature rise. So the whole reason for starting Prithvi Mitra is converting my passion into a purpose to enable a low waste and toxin free world to impact 10 million people across the world, creating an awareness on environment sustainability. And I'm based in Bangalore. Prithvi Mitra is my company name, and we are from Bangalore. And basically, I'm an environment sustainability coach, advisor, consultant, and speaker. Whose my niche is waste management, climate change, and toxin-free natural living. So anything related to carbon footprint carbon footprint production is my forte, and I can help you solve that pain point in your premises, basically. And my target audience are corporates, resident welfare associations, in educational institutions and businesses. So how can I help corporates? Is corporates invite me for speaker sessions, mainly revolving around carbon footprint, sustainable living, zero waste parties, waste management, natural living, etc. Along with the DIY, it changes from corporate to corporate.
Mhm.
Resident welfare associations, what can they approach me for? They can approach me for installation or complete handhold and implementation support of waste management solutions inside their premises. If they want to go completely trash free inside their premises, installing composting units, I can completely help in that handholding, advise them on the solutions, and help them with the complete process. Education institutions, I do workshops. I do workshops for all my target customers and educational institutions. I do workshop for children who are, I personally believe they are the grassroots level penetration. It's the seed of transformation that I very humbly intend and plant or sow because they are the future. As the saying goes, Kumar, we have not inherited the earth from the future generation, but borrowed it. So it's
Okay.
very much in every one of our hands to hand over this beautiful earth safely to the future generation. So I do a conscious living workshop for educational institutions and businesses if they want to go green. For example, a clinic, a doctor, I help a doctor's clinic, a small 6-member team doctor's clinic into a completely green, low carbon footprint premise by shifting their lifestyle choices. For example, all the green supplies like tissue papers or toilet rolls, segregating their waste, composting their food waste, giving that dry waste responsibly to your end recycler. So completely hand holding them to make their premise clean. So also there are businesses who approach me for
Mhm.
their sustainable packing solutions or
Mhm.
even mentorship. So I do mentor students, high school students and college students in global warming or topics related to climate change. So this is a broad overview. I am also into corporate green gifting. So
Mhm.
anything that will not burden, if you are looking for a choice for your company, your employees, or for your people, your network, which will not burden the earth, water, air, Prithvi
Mhm.
Mitra can completely help you.
Mhm. Very well articulated, and I think it's a huge service rather than a business. But usually, when we start a business, we should have a sufficient experience or subject matter expertise in that particular field. So, what kind of a previous experience or knowledge or certification, if you have anything, which you brought in to this kind of a service which you offer? Can you elaborate that of your background?
Sure, Kumar. So this is, Prithvi Mitra started after me taking the plunge as sustainable living practitioner. So it's
Mhm.
an 8+ years of hard work on ground and in my personal life as a
Okay.
sustainable living enthusiast, as a person following conscious lifestyle. Not
Okay.
only me, but as a family. So my journey started in 2014
Mm-hmm.
and I had be and always this is a mantra I believe in. I believe in what Mahatma Gandhi ji said, be the change you want to see in the world. So I believe that I am the change. And I started with me being the change. So what can I do? So I started with me and then I moved on to my family and then I moved on to my, basically me, my home, and then my community, and then the change spread to the entire, everywhere outside my community. So
Mm-hmm.
I had volunteered. I was a volunteer for about 6+ years. Even recently, also I did a public speaking session with them. So I volunteered with a citizen organization called Whitefield Rising in solid waste management. So I have done multiple workshops on waste segregation, on composting, on home composting, community composting, on creating natural cleaners, etc. So I had been volunteering for Whitefield Rising as a citizen volunteer working on solid waste management for more than 6+ years. And I had been creating awareness on topics of waste segregation, zero waste events, natural living or creating natural cleaners, home composting, community composting, etc. So when the whole process was happening, it was all a realization that I felt, because the starting point of this entire journey is in 2014, when we were seeing a TV reality show which
Mhm.
actually showed how my house, black, the garbage that I tie in that black cover, which
Mhm.
it ends up in a beautiful village called Mandur and Mavalipura outside Bangalore. And
Mhm.
that's where I live. And this is the
Mhm.
land which, feeds me. And it was very painful for me to see such a beautiful village thriving with people, animals, trees, birds, butterflies, and water bodies and beautiful ecosystem was completely polluted because of the city's waste getting dumped there. So the whole point struck to me that, oh my God, my waste, I'm not taking it as my responsibility. I'm just dumping it somewhere, and the municipality is dumping somewhere. That is the starting point where the change started begin to change within me. Something started changing within me, and that
Mhm.
is when we started segregating. So the whole point here is to ask the 8+ years of volunteering and working with people on the ground towards climate change, towards waste management solutions. As a co-founder, so I was also a co-founder, partner director in a company manufacturing natural cleaners made out of citrus peels and soap nut shikakai. So why did I go into it again? Vartur and Belandur Lake in Bangalore, foaming and frothing. It made to international news. Unfortunately, they are beautiful water bodies. And who is the responsible for it? I realized even I am responsible for that. So again, my second innings of change began with me switching my entire house chemicals, floor and toilet cleaner especially, into using natural cleaners. So
Okay.
I decided, see, always I believed in becoming, in spreading the joy that I have realized to the wider world for a better health and better environment. It's not only the environment. The whole realization is when I do good to myself, naturally the environment is taken care. When environment is taken care, I am taken care. So this is the
Mhm.
whole beautiful point. So being a partner director in a company manufacturing natural cleaners, we were supplying, impacting a lot of people lives. Livelihoods were impacted by providing clean solutions which will not pollute the land, water, and air. So this is a journey. I mean, related to my experiential thing, I'm saying formal certification, if you ask me, from University of Maryland in sustainability. I'm holding a certificate. I am yet to complete another two more certifications from University of Maryland. So these are the certifications that I hold formally in sustainability.
Wonderful. That speaks a lot and volumes about the subject matter expertise, because anyone cannot talk about a particular subject matter where they don't have a much of experience, which will maybe giving a wrong guidance. But you come up with a specific certification, experience, and even an emotion connected to the entire mission. So, as a general public, me as a person, for me, a waste management is something where I clean my room and then put all my garbage in my dustbin. And if I go to airport or railway station or a bus station, I just segregate to dry waste or a wet waste. Only that much I'm aware, and rest of the things, how it is happening, or what is the influence that creates in the entire ecosystem, that I'm not aware. But since you said a lot of elements on how it is getting influence in the entire ecosystem, that makes a huge hit on my, the process which I'm making on a daily basis. So, as a citizen, what exactly is my responsibility in terms of waste management? So far, I have done only this. I collect my garbage, put it in a dustbin. That's what my job is over. My room is clean, my house is clean. So, as a citizen, what is the next step I should take so that I avoid a lot of major damage to the society and environment?
Amazing question, Kumar. Very, very powerful question. But subtle things gets missed. Very good. That's the first step that you're doing right. Do not litter. You're not littering, and you are putting the waste in the garbage bin. This is a small, subtle point as a first step. Every child, every elder can follow. Wherever we go, not only our house. When we see our house, yes, it is clean. But what happens when we go to a lake body? What happens when we go to a bigger park or outside space? What happens when we go to any outside space like a temple or entertainment space or cinema? The plastic bottle that we drink and throw. Find a dustbin and put. That's the first step. Amazing.
Okay.
That's the first step. Second, that you can do a one step further is now segregating of waste into three types: wet, dry, and sanitary is the law of the country. The three-way segregation is the law of the country. It is also called as a two bin, one bag system, but ideally it's a three-way system where wet waste, which is your food waste, has to go separately. Your
Mhm.
dry waste, recyclables, your plastic, metal, glass, paper, everything goes separately. Third, sanitary waste, biomedical hazardous waste goes separately. You know why? These three have to be separate. When these are mixed together and when we were throwing the black garbage covers in a place called landfill, they were dumped in a place called landfill. Why so much of, have you seen fumes coming out of a landfill place?
Yes.
In Bangalore, it certainly is very outside. In Chennai, I have seen near Perungudi and all. A lot of eagles will be there. Smoke will be coming. You know why? Nobody burns it there. People are
Mhm.
burning, but it's from the carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, the greenhouse gases. When
Mhm.
different types of waste are mixed, the gases are generated, which creates heat. So how is global warming connected to me and you? This is how.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
every action that we take counts towards a better climate. So
Mhm.
simple, please segregate your waste as per your municipality guidelines of wet, dry, and sanitary. And
Okay.
most of the municipalities collect the waste separately. Very
Mhm.
simple, Kumar. Food, why it has to be separated? All the biodegradable waste come from the earth.
Mhm.
You agree with that?
Yes, yes, yes.
They have to go back to the earth. We have to complete the cycle.
Mhm.
Otherwise, it burdens the earth and water and air.
True.
If it is mixed with plastic, which is actually not recyclable,
Mhm.
the greenhouse gases form. So when
Mhm.
both are mixed and put in the landfill, the biodegradable waste cannot get degraded for multiple years. For
Mhm.
example, a banana peel takes just 7 days to decompose if you put it inside your pot. As simple as that.
Mhm.
But it gets mixed with plastic, goes to a landfill and stays there for 20 years. Can you believe it?
Oh God. Okay.
Is
Okay.
it really necessary? No. So every simple step matters. So segregate
Mhm.
your waste,
Mhm.
possible compost it. I will not say that's a next step. As simple, whenever you're going outside, carry your own water bottle.
Okay. Instead of buying plastic ones, we can carry our own bottle. Okay.
Instead of single-use water bottles, you can carry your own water bottle. I'll give you a statistic here. In the last 50 years, out of 9.2 billion tons of the single-use plastic which has been created, less than 10% has been recycled.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
What
But
happened to
people
the,
talk a lot about recycling, but in practical, do you see only 10%?
and this is the statistics given by unep.org.
Okay.
So what
Okay.
happens to the rest? We see great garbage patch in the sea, and
Mm,
almost when we go to oceans, every wave is now coming with plastic,
true.
and
True.
all our stormwater drains are choked with plastic, and it completely floods our areas. It
Yes.
is
Yes.
happening right in front, and when we dig the soil, there is layers of plastic seen.
True. True.
So
True.
where are we heading? So it's
Mm,
about that single change, and no change is big or small, Kumar. Like how you
mhm.
said, Lakshmi, I put this waste right in the bin. That is the change you are creating. Take
Okay.
the next step, start segregating, or simple changes like this. You can carry your own handkerchief instead of your tissues. You can carry
Mm-hmm.
your own reusable bags instead of buying bags from the shop or taking free covers from the shop.
Mm-hmm.
When you go
No,
out
I
for
think in the supermarket it is becoming a practice that if we don't bring any bags, they push to buy a bag, and that becomes a garbage for us every time. Sometimes if you forget to go with a bag, and they obviously say, "Okay, do you need a bag?" and we charge ₹5 and push some plastic bag in our hands, and that becomes a garbage extra baggage for our
yeah,
entire aspect. So that's
yeah.
how it is happening. So which I mean, you made us say mindfully and cautiously we have to make a decision on what we have to carry so that we avoid even using that
Exactly.
plastics, and then putting extra effort in garbaging
Exactly.
aspects.
Because it's about consumerism that matters, and what is your need, what is my need, and what is my want. If we are able to give that mild, subtle difference,
Hmm.
then we start contributing consciously to the earth and to our health.
Hmm. Hmm. You said about global warming. So, what exactly is a climate change which we are looking, and what is what? How am I connected to it? To this kind of climate change kind of a concept, or even global warming for that matter.
See, global warming is nothing but because of greenhouse gases. For example, when waste is mixed and ends in a landfill or outside your place in a dump, and they start emitting harmful greenhouse gases like carbon monoxide, methane, carbon dioxide, etc. So, what happens is this starts creating fumes and starts heating up the atmosphere. So, when in a bulk this starts happening, definitely the atmosphere starts heating up. So
Mm-hmm.
though the the greenhouse gases are important, but due to over generation of it, over creation of this, because of our practices that we are not following. For example, not segregating our waste. I'm just giving you one example. But there are multiple things that contribute to this greenhouse gases. For example, industrialization. Next is your all our transportation that uses petrol or diesel. These also contribute. So there are a lot of my friends who consciously use only public transport to travel.
Mm-hmm.
They contribute to better climate change. That is also a
Right.
change. They use
Mm-hmm.
office buses where many people travel in one unit instead of going in our own single cars.
Mm-hmm.
That is a change people are doing.
It's a
There are people
conscious
who
change that
conscious change.
we proactively bring into your lifestyle, so that
Exactly.
we contribute, and we make some effort to do a climate change.
Exactly. So climate change, when the global warming, when the earth is heated up, we see climate is changing. We see untimely floods. Now in Bangalore, where we are living, we are seeing almost 5 to 7 months it has been raining. 5 to 6 months it has
Mm.
been raining. It has never happened, right?
Correct, correct, correct.
Not that even my husband is born and brought up here. He said he has never seen this happen.
Mm-hmm.
In Mumbai, it is raining crazily. We
Mm.
see Pakistan is flooding, but
Mm.
in other place it is drought is there. How?
True.
So the climate is changing because the entire ecosystem around us is changing because of factors adding to it, Kumar. There is a study that says we are actually consuming 1 point in the way we are that going as a consumer, each one of us, we need 1.6 times the earth resources.
Okay.
Can we afford it?
True.
And there is a study that of interplanetary travel, etc. Do we want to go and pollute there also? So the climate change is real. It's happening. Global
Okay.
warming has exceeded, and
Hmm.
everything is like a butterfly effect, Kumar. Everything is interconnected now. A small
Hmm.
change here affects everything around. If Kumar is going to buy an organic vegetable which demands a farmer not to use pesticide, Kumar is contributing to a cleaner land. So this is how every person as a consumer, it's the consumerism that we demand a product and service
Hmm.
definitely has an impact on the climate change, and that's how we are all connected. Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. So, do you have some tips as an individual or a corporate or as a residential apartment? What exactly we have to do to be consciously avoiding certain risk factors? If you could list on those kind of tips, that would be helpful in following from today. Maybe even after this particular interview, I can start immediately doing that. Yeah.
Awesome. So I would say this were common for all, but let me list out from corporates. I will say
Okay.
the all the employees can carry their own water bottles and refill from their stations rather than going for single use water bottles and also paper cups. Kumar, I would like to show there is a thin plastic layer. Can you see in this paper cup?
Correct. Yeah.
This is the truth of the paper cup.
Oh, it's not only paper. Inside there is a plastic. Okay.
Yes, it's a multi-layer, so it is very difficult to recycle.
My
So
God.
we are the responsible for everything. So can we do small step of change? So we can carry our
Yes.
own water bottle. We can carry our
Mm-hmm.
own cup, Kumar. We can create the
Yeah.
trend. If jeans torn is a trend, we can create the trend for ourselves for a better health and environment. And of
Correct.
course, avoiding tissues, carry your own handkerchiefs. Simple steps, I'm telling. Switch off
Okay.
your fan lights when not in use. Save energy.
Mm.
Please close the taps completely so that we save water. Because
Mm.
water, all these resources, Earth's resources, are right of every living thing in the planet and not only
True.
humans.
True.
What can RWA do? An RWA can segregate and responsibly hand over their waste to a proper recycler. They can
Mm.
compost their garden waste inside the premise, create rich humus, which can add to the soil, fertility of the soil. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, go green events. Let the
Mm-hmm.
events, flea market, not generate, kgs and tons of trash. Maybe
Mm.
people can start taking their own cutlery because lot
Mm.
of apartments are there, lot of villa communities are there, lot of associations are there. Can we carry our own plate and tumbler? Can we just carry our own plate? It's I don't see it as something not to be done, but rather it is more responsibility to be done.
It's a habit to bring in the entire lifestyle. Mm.
That's it. And schools, as a
Mm.
first step, do not litter. Either it's your premise or wherever you stay. I see children just throwing the wrappers right on the apartment outside area. Carry
Mm.
it in your pocket. Go to the house and put it in the dustbin, or find a dustbin and put it. That
Okay.
these are some simple things that can be done, and I'm always there to be approached for an enlightening sessions on such topics. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, since you are here, I'm just asking to the greater level question. So, why a waste management system is required in India, especially, and why in this hour? That's one question. And related question is, see, countries like Singapore, where they have very minimal piece of land, so they can afford and they can invest technology because to save their lands, because a lot of things cannot be dumped, so that their living space is reduced. So there it makes a lot of sense, and they invest a lot of money in terms of saving their space and all that. But India as a country, we have a whole lot of space. So the usual method is we find discover a place where we dump all these wastages. So why do you think that is essential at this point in time?
One simple realization or rule, Kumar: what we sow, we reap. If we are going to sow dump, that is what we reap. If we are going to sow, if we are going to dump and create more landfills, the pollution is going to leach and come back to the land where the food is grown for us.
Yes.
The vegetables, fruits, the water that we are drinking will have that heavy metals. It will get polluted. So if we want good health and an environment, we have to give the good, and it's a responsibility and commitment for us and the environment, Kumar. It's not about the space we have. We don't have the right as humans to pollute the land, because we have land, because we have earthworms, we have millions of microorganisms, we have trees, we have animals who need that food, soil and water. And because we are in the higher up in the pyramid, it's my humble realization I'm sharing, that we should be conscious of what we are sowing, which comes back to us.
So that means this universe is not only for human beings. This universe is made for earthworms, birds, animals, everybody. When we are contributing, we are making their life damage unconsciously. So now, knowing this particular element, we should be cautious that there are other beings, lives in this universe where we are contributing to their oxygen and life. All that.
Absolutely, Kumar. Absolutely.
Where even a chocolate wrapper can make a great influence to a life of an earthworm. So that's kind of,
Not only that, see, our whole food depends on the honeybee. Do you know that?
Okay.
Bees are not there, we are not there.
True. Yeah.
It's all interdependent, yes.
Very true.
My passion on environment has converted into a purpose, where now I am an formal environment sustainability coach.
People get frustrated in 7 days of starting business. What is your future plans?
To make it as a stronger company and not a company which just comes and goes. Nothing will happen immediately. You need to give time.
If opportunity doesn't knock, build a door. Want to participate in business interviews? Check the link given in the description. For more business interviews, subscribe to our GS Kumar YouTube channel and click the bell icon. Happy entrepreneurship!